Hello, I'm Mike of Near Left Dice, and this is the Kerbal Space Program. Last episode, you saw me blast off the Eve mission, where I'm sending like 8 satellites into orbit of Eve and its moon Gilly. Well, it's currently orbiting Kerbin. I need to do the next bit. And if you watched that one, you saw that everything was really slow. I sped it up like 6 times using YouTube's speed up thing. Don't get me started. I tried like 3 different ways to get that bit of video sped up, and none of it was easy. And I ended up only having about slightly over an hour to spare, having started very early in the morning, getting up. Anyway, it was very slow, right? I was getting like a fifth of the normal frame rate. So the launch, which was really only about 5 minutes, in mission time took well over 20 minutes, about half an hour. My actual time. Partly this is due to the number of parts that were in that spacecraft, and partly it's because I had forgotten to decommission my big mining rig with 123 parts in it. So now, unfortunately, it's dark as it always is. I should probably just wait until morning, because I actually have a few days in hand until my burn comes up, because the actual burn that I need to do to in fact, let's actually do that. You can kind of sort of see what's going on, but but this has got 123 parts in it. Whoa! Oh, that was not good. Let's try that again. There we go. 123 parts. Look at that, it's ridiculous. Still got barely any ores in the couple of days it's been going. Even with some level 1 engineers on board, who should, I believe, multiply it by about 10. But you know, mining on Kerbin is a bit silly. In theory, I would be able to make a chunk of money, but basically I gather up all this ore, and then I convert the ore to monopropellant, because monopropellant is the most expensive stuff that you can make from ore. And then I detach this. If you saw my mining episode, I did finally manage to get this attached. I had to use some wheels. Actually, let's go around this way where we can actually see what's going on. I managed to burst the tires. Not quite sure when that happened, but I had to make it so that I could raise and lower those to get the exact precise height, to get the things to join up. But I got there in the end. I didn't manage it in the episode I did on the mining thing. I did manage it in the end. Anyway, this is not actually what I'm here to do today. Oh, so let's go back to Space Center. So, what I am here to do is to plot the next burn for my Eve adventure. So let's go find it. Doop 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 doop. Probably dear right down the end here. There we go. There we are. Fly. I'll be in the daytime. How awesome. Now, I need to work out exactly when to do this burn. there are two tools that I'm using to do this. One is the interactive illustrated interplanetary guide calculator for KSP. Let me just quickly check a couple of things. Oh, can I do that? Can I just go boom, and it will show up? No, that was immensely. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that! Wow, that's actually showing up. That's quite nice. So there's this, right? And this is what I used for my Juno one, I think. But there's also a different one. Oh, which is also showing. Well, that normally doesn't work. Never mind. So this is a different, slightly different website. Well, a completely different website, actually. Now I think about it, but it does a very different. It actually does a what's known as a pork chop plot, and you can kind of it's just that it gives completely different values for when I should go and all that kind of thing. So possibly I wanted to use this one, but I don't think I knew about this at the time. So instead I used this one. So if we go into map mode on actual KSP, and if I turn that off because that's now in the way, go way out, way out, way out. Right. So here is Eve. Which we will set as a target so it lights up. And there is the angle between the two of them, which does match. Oh, I lost it now. Now doesn't believe it exists. There we go. Let's try this. Right. So that more or less, that pretty much matches the angle you can see. Suddenly realised you can't see my my mouse while I do that. So it matches that pretty well. So now it's all about finding the exact time to set off, and the exact angle to retrograde or prograde, or the angle to the direction that Kerbin is going. Now, according to, so I'm going to keep using this guide. I'm not going to use the one with the pork chop plot because I think I'm just going to cause myself confusion, I think. So it's got a very specific, working out of ejection velocity and the ejection burn delta V that I need to use, and the angle to Kerbin retrograde that I need, which is 54.1. So I'm going to want to go in 2 days and 3 hours. Can I get hold of the UTC of that? That would be a convenient thing if I could get hold of the UTC. That would be quite nice. So this is I use this using Kerbal alarm clocks calculations, and I don't know how terribly accurate that is. So the burn's going to be about there-ish, but I'm going to need to set it using that's interesting. Why is it saying the time is day 1, year 1, day 123, when it's year 2, day 122? Maybe the year has been indexed wrongly. That's the current time. So I want year to day 125. So what I'm just going to use the plus 1k and see if that's completely tedious. Let's see what options there are actually. Show clock window. Let's look at the clock window. Can I change any of that? No, I cannot. Okay. I'm just going to have to click this a lot. There seems to be some disagreement as to what the time is. Right, how much forward does plus 1k go? A few minutes. It's going to take a while. Now, let's try use times 10 UT in increment. Oh, wait! What the heck? That suddenly becomes plus orbit minus orbit? That's what I've wanted for ages! When did that happen? Wow. Right, these times look the same, other than I suspect this one might start at year 0 instead of at year 1. So, okay, so I want 125. Oh, I'm on 125. And it's close to 342. Okay, so now I need to go back. Oh, move. Doop doop doop. What? Looking that up, I need 1014.37 allegedly. Let's go forward a bit. Now the next thing I need to work out is I need to work out a couple of things actually. Alright, where's Kerbin's actual orbit? It's Kerbin's actual orbit. So, I need to go ahead quite a bit. Oh, didn't want to do that. You go ahead to about there-ish. 154.58. So right, so that's going to be about as close as I can get, I think, to yeah. Got quite a lot of electric charge. Get some science. Anyway, so that is, in fact, going to ooh. Now I'm going to need to do an orbital. I'm going to need to do a phase burn later on. But you can see already that that's quite close. Nice. So what I'm going to want to do is right, hang on. That's 95 days. That's 243 days. So I'm going this way. That's where I'm going to want to make some kind of adjustment burn to get to. Oh, quite a bit of one. If you're getting... No, that's appearances. That's not what I want. But I might be able to start getting some kind of orbit. That's when I want to start doing the adjustments. But as it stands, that's going to give me a pretty close orbit. And I'll want to do something round about there. To correct my change of inclination. Theoretically I can do it from here, but I'm just gonna actually leave it. I'm gonna do the correction burn here, and I think that's the right time to do it. So close alarm details, add an alarm for that. So as you can see, I'm burning 4 minutes ahead of what it thinks the right time is. That's just down to where my orbit was and all that kind of stuff. I am beginning to wish that I was smart enough to insist on... Oh. I was beginning to wish I was smart enough to insist on putting a good quality... I haven't put a good quality core in this, which I might end up regretting. Let's close that window and we'll get rid of the options. Can't believe that there was a plus orbit, minus orbit option in precise node that I did not know about. So I've had a thought also about the sunlight situation, which is I want to have some solar panels out. I think... I was about to say I can just extend these ones, but there's a strut right in the way. I can extend those. So I can maybe. Well. Let's have a look. That's not what I want. I want that. Resource scan. Go to preset mode, in fact. Oh, that nicely takes the panels out of the way. Now, the thing that worries me is and there's a thing I need to check here on here actually. Let's close line details. Let's get rid of... I'm going to just put that in again because I have a sneaking... I thought so. No burn margin, I think. Oh no, maybe it was. It doesn't matter. I wasn't sure they had the burn margin in there. So it's 15 hours to the burn. The burn's actually only going to take... Wow. How much? Goodness me! I have all the delta V I need in my launch stage, because that's S5. That's S4, and that's S5. I actually have all the delta V I need in there. color me somewhat surprised. Now this, I really do wish I'd put us somewhere, maybe on the main ship, as a smarter core, so I could just say, please follow the maneuver node. But I did not. So we're going to put those panels out. Now, I mean, what worries me is the possibility that by extending, not extending the panels, but by extending the satellite like I have, when I don't know how strong that joint is, that infernal robotics joint, because that could in theory get you know, it's got, the acceleration is going to be doing that as opposed to that. But I think it's worth it to get more power. I mean, I should have put some power on the main craft, and I didn't. So this is my own stupid fault, quite frankly. Yeah, I really wish I'd put a better core on this. Right, so we're basically ready to go. Spent a lot of time wobbling, so it's been about 20 minutes. And it's going to be a huge, long, drawn-out. You're going to be sitting here watching me burn for 40-odd seconds. So I know what I need to do next. I need to do the burn. So we can fast forward until the burn. Quite frankly, and I suppose you're going to want to know how well it turns out, how close I get. So how long is it going to take us? Well, actually, no, it's going to take forever because I can only go to 50 times, and it's 15 hours away to the next burn. So what I will have to do is I'll have to swap to something else. That can in fact do that. So I'm going to switch to this biome scanner, which I should really do something with. But I'm not, so it doesn't matter. Set the focus back onto Kerbin, because otherwise we'll be following that around and we'll get dizzy. So let's zoom ahead until that's as fast as we can go. So instead, we'll go to the high def scan sat, which is further out. Go to map mode. Focus on Kerbin. And warp like Bilio. Very nearly what I didn't say. Didn't quite say what I meant to. And slowing down. I keep forgetting that just because I put an alarm clock on a particular ship, I put an alarm clock while I'm flying a particular ship, the alarm clock will still work even if I go to a different ship. And so I'm going to get the option to switch when this comes up. So jump to ship. So let's do this burn and see how well it goes. Could have been a little bit more disciplined in how the nonsense that I've been talking about. Right, so I seem to have lost the... Hopefully it's going to take less than a minute to point towards the maneuver nose. Right, let's put RCS on. Right, we've got a full tank of electricity, that's good. There's actually a thing I need to check. To see what... Right, there we go, that's the thing I needed to find out. This is the actual altimetry scan of Eve. Has a specific set of requirements, and I suddenly realised I haven't absolutely checked that I've got the correct requirements, but I do, so it's fine. I mean, there's still a bazillion things I need to do to actually make it happen, but okay, so we have time. We're going to get there, it's all fine. Still got enough delta V. Wish I had, I'm going to say this a lot more, I'm sure, but I wish I had a bit of core in this. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, it's getting close. I was about to be pleased with the fact that we're actually doing this in the daylight for once, but because I'm going into the solar system, I'm going towards the sun, then you're going to be doing it on the night side. You're going to be doing it on the day side. That's just where you do these big burns. I think I might officially call this Project Egg in a Basket. Because I've got, like, I do have 6 satellites. Wait, I've got 4... I've got 1 million satellites in here. How many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 10 satellites plus a lander. So not quite 12. I don't quite have 12 eggs in this particular basket, but it's getting on for it. Other things I'd like to be able to do is zoom in on the nav ball when you don't have a pilot. Should have put a very expensive core in here somewhere. I should I mean, the thing is, I have my bit of cunning design, which is not very cunning at all, is that the ship as a whole does not have a core. All the cores are here and on the lander. That's where all the cores are. I actually do not have one on the ship itself. So when the last of the satellites leaves, this is going to be a dead hunk of junk, which I'm going to have to file under things I did not think through. Which is also why I had that problem way back in the launch of actually having to go back, because I didn't know which way the ship was pointing, because it had picked one of these cores more or less at random, and that was pointing sideways. So I should have put a big juicy expensive core in this so I could get it to follow the maneuver node. Very slow still. 4. 3, 2. Oh, shouldn't have done that. Right, so now, according to this, 36 seconds of burn. For some reason, the game itself seems to think it's going to take longer. But I trust Kerbal Engineer a great deal compared to the game itself, so now we're just going to have to sit here and watch the burn happen, and I've no idea how long it's going to actually take, because you can see how slowly those numbers are counting down. I should say my fears of the satellites snapping off seem to have been ill-founded, although they are pushing back. You can see them, they've been pushed back a bit. But we're okay, so that's fine. Adjusting so we're more clearly on top of the maneuver node. So let's have a look at it out here. 20 seconds to go. 20 in-game seconds. Good Lord knows how many actual seconds. Doing some adjustments. What am I looking at? No delta V. Still got enough delta V. I'm fine. We're getting there. Desperate. It doesn't look like we're going to be hitting any. We're not going to get accidental connections to. We're not actually accidentally going to encounter Minimus or anything stupid like that. 6 seconds. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. I'm going to stop it there, and because that's beginning to drift. Just get those last few meters a second. While trying to maintain. Think that might be good enough. It's within a meter a second. Well, 1 point. Okay. Right, I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to say, well done me. That looks fine. I'm going to be encountering Eve somewhere around here. But I'll need an injection burn later on. But that is just fine. So probably, round about there. But I'm going to want to do it. Well, in 100 days. Yeah. Okay. It's not quite where I thought it was. But that's my next maneuver. But I'm not going to set it now. Basically, I'm now going to set an alarm. We're gonna not have that maneuver. The alarm I'm going to set is actually the SOI change. So that's going to be a little. That's going to be a little while. It's 4 days. That's when the SOI change. Because when the SOI change happens, this is going to be its orbit. So it's not trying to work ahead and go, well, my blue orbit is going to become this orbit, which means this is going to happen. It knows exactly what's happening. There may be experiments for me to do. I may have experiments I can do out in space that I haven't done before. Anyway, so that's that. That's nearly 35 minutes. Good Lord. I'd like to thank you for watching. Please hit like and subscribe if you've been enjoying these videos. There's no point doing that one. You can find Nearly Enough Dice at nearlyenoughddice.com. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. Look us up there. And until next time, reach for the stars.